It was good, Cowboys family. This your boy Jerome from Cowboys Stradamus. Look, man. So we back here, man. First week of free agency just ended. About to start the second week of free agency. Just a general update. It's been a long time, but let's just hop right into it. Football talk, man. So Cowboys, man. It's gonna be a long season, man. It's gonna be a long season, man. Uh, just not confident about our chances of really winning the Super Bowl this year. I don't think that's in the cards at all for us. I really think that we got to a point the way the Joneses, that Steven and Jerry, they want to get rid of Dak Prescott at this point. I think that they don't like the fact of where they find themselves in these contract negotiations, and that they feel as though Dak has so much power and so much leverage. And I think they don't like that. I think they don't like that enough to where as though they're willing to tank the season, and they're willing to just pack it in. And they're not going all in. They're packing it in. That's what they're doing. This isn't an all in. This is a pack in. They're booting on Dak Prescott's last season, and they're basically just going to allow him to hit the free market, and they're going to look for a younger quarterback to which as though they can bring up in their system, in their environment, in their culture, and a young guy who's going to, lend an ear, who's going to give way to their demands and to the things that they want, and do the things that make the Joneses feel comfortable and feel empowered and feel like they're in a position of authority. And that's what I think. I think that the whole Dak Prescott era, this is his last season. I think he will play out this season because they do want to put, fans in the stands. They do want to sell out tickets and merchandise. So, Dak will be playing for us this year. He won't be getting traded. If anything happens on that front, it'll be after the season, maybe a sign and trade, which I doubt Dak would want to do. I think Dak would just flat out just leave in free agency. I think this is over. I could be totally wrong. Between now and the start of the season, we could ink a new deal with Dak or restructure or something like that. And then, that would make my whole theory, absolutely nothing. But I think that's where we stand at right now. And I think in this draft, we have two choices. We can build toward the future, even though you said this is not a future draft. And with either the first pick in the first round that we have sitting at 24, we can either take that with a quarterback. Michael Penix is dropping, and it is as much of a disappointing showing as he had in the championship game. You don't judge a person off of one game. As of right now, I have Michael Penix as the second best quarterback in this draft behind Caleb Williams. And when it comes to a mental standpoint, a maturity standpoint, just being able to, read the room and understand what's being called of you and asked you in a situation, being able to handle yourself appropriately and say the right things, I think Michael Penix is leaps and bounds ahead of Caleb Williams in there. And that means something for being the face of the franchise for the Cowboys. And I know he's a little bit old, a little bit injury history, but a 10, 12-year career with a quarterback, if you get that, then you're good. I mean, at the age Michael Penix is at, quarterbacks playing well off into their late 30s, sometimes 40s. If you get 10, 12 years out of a guy that you draft in the first round, you feel pretty good about that. That was a franchise quarterback. So all of the age concerns, all the injury concerns, he was one of the best players in the entire, country last year in college. So he's definitely has the accuracy. He avoids the negative play. That's one of the top three qualities of a quarterback that's going to be able to win in playoffs and win in championship games, is avoiding the negative play. And Michael Penix does that better than any quarterback coming out in this year's draft. But real quick, just want to speak on that. This isn't an all-in season. It looks like a rebuild season. And also to address the all-in, when Jerry Jones had his interview right there on the back half of the once the combine had came and went, and he had his interview in which he was speaking and explaining all in. He also said in that interview that he said verbatim, he said, if there's a choice between one guy and there's a choice between three guys, that we're going to be all in on the three guys. He's basically saying that there's nothing's changing. They're bargain basement shopping, and they're looking for just bodies to put into position, because them putting a star on their helmet and lacing up is all that they need to go out there and get the job done. So there's nothing changing here as far as that goes. That's what he said. He literally explained it in that interview what all in means. But yeah, this isn't all in. This is packing it in. Joneses aren't to the point to where they're ready to do certain things that make them uncomfortable. And so nothing's going to change on that end. But this does look like a rebuild year, I guess you could say. But I'm gonna have a video coming out soon in which I go through at least the Mike McCarthy era of the Cowboys, and I'm gonna put the wins and losses in perspective to you all, to let you know how we stack up against the other good teams out there, the championship contenders. Because I don't believe that Mike McCarthy is going to get you a Super Bowl now or for the rest of his career. I think he's gotten his Super Bowl, and I don't think he can lead you to a Super Bowl at all. I don't think that. So there's going to be several videos coming out on this channel. One, just talking about how good are the Cowboys really, a breakdown of their records against losing teams, and a breakdown of their records against playoff teams and winning teams. And then we'll have, just to talk about Mike McCarthy and can he get it done? Is he a championship level coach? But just real quick, in the draft, these first 3 rounds, man, is looking like the most important positions to grab. We're going to be looking at O-line. We're going to be looking at linebacker. We're going to be looking at wide receiver, and we're going to be looking at running back. And I'm going to have another video as well. We're going to speak on the wide receiver position. I know we let go of Gallup. We also let go of LVE. It was about time for those 2 moves. But Brandon Cooks is not a number 2 receiver in this league anymore. Those days are long gone. He is a 3rd option. And so right now we have CD, a number 1 option. We have Jake Ferguson, which could be a number 2 option. But if Jake Ferguson is your number 2 option, then you're just good enough to get to the playoffs. If you're trying to really compete at the highest level, you need a guy with the talent level of Jake Ferguson and his ability to be your 3rd option on offense, which means we need a true number 2 receiver in his offense. And if Brock Bowers fall, I don't even care. We want to study Sean McVay all offseason to find out how we can incorporate 2 tight ends. Because if Brock Bowers fall to 24, I don't care who else did. We give him Brock Bowers. He's a difference maker. Brock Bowers will come into the league this year and be a top 5 tight end in the league from day 1. Brock Bowers is different. Brock Bowers is different. He's going to come into the league and he's going to be competing at that level next to your Travis Kelce's and your Mark Andrews and your George Kittles. He is going to be up there playing. I'm surpassing Kyle Pitts, surpassing all those other guys. You're going to be talking about, everyone will know Brock Bowers' name at the end of his rookie season if he doesn't get hurt barring injury. And I guarantee you that Brock Bowers is a different beast, a different animal altogether. If he drops a 24, go get him. I don't care. Figure it out, work it out. Put him at the slot, put him out. I don't care where you put him at. He's unguardable. You can't guard him. He is a monster. But yeah, so we're gonna have some more we'll have some more breakdowns of just positions and just, talking about who I like in the draft. But yeah, that's our needs in the draft. And like I said, we're not gonna win a Super Bowl with McCarthy. We need to really I'm gonna do a deep dive of the teams that made the championship games this year, and then also the teams that have made the Super Bowl within the last 5 years. And I'm going to break down what type of offense they run, how much they use motion, how much they use play action, what type of different receiver sets, what the different alignments they use, their play calling tendencies, and how they look and choose to attack a defense. And how do they build their identity? And what positions do they deem most important and the most value, where they put their resources and their money at. Because what we're doing is not working. The Joneses don't know what they're doing. They're not football guys. They're businessmen. They're not football guys like that. Yeah, Jerry, national championship in college, cool, whatever. They're not football guys. They're businessmen, but they're not football guys. But that's it for right now. We're gonna come back with another video, man. Just need to pop on there. Just, life, different things happening, but had to pop on there and drop a video off, just let you know my thoughts. So we sit on a precipice at the beginning of tomorrow, week 2 of free agency, or today. I mean, it's Sunday now, so week 2 of free agency, and we'll see what moves we make. Probably won't be many, but we'll see. It's your boy Jerome, Cowboys is signing out. Peace, man.